What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. How often do we get J. Cole music that's not attached to an album? It's very seldom nowadays. J. Cole is someone who creates with quality over quantity in mind, but every now and then we'll get a random Lucy. And so in the early hours of January 16th, J. Cole and his camp decided to release a new record titled High for Hours. And I'm glad because the record is fitting for the time. It's not one of those songs that I anticipate, holding on to it would not be a smart decision. Not to say that it wouldn't be relevant later on, but I think it's most relevant right now. And again, I can't predict the future, so I might be wrong in saying that. It might become more relevant, but with Barack Obama about to leave the office, this subject matter is just very fitting for what's going on. High for Hours has a stream of consciousness vibe to it. The highlight of the record is J. Cole recalling when he went to the White House last year. He was invited among a few other rappers, and he recalls the conversation that he had with Obama. There were rumors online that he straight up asked him, like, why is he not helping the black community? Why is he not using his power, his influence to do the stuff that he needs to do? And so J. Cole recalls that conversation, and he says that Obama understands what's going on. He's aware of it, but it's politics. And that's one of the worst things about the government, because it's not about, or it shouldn't be about politics. It should be about understanding that people are suffering around the world. And that needs to be rectified. We need to be treated equal. There's just so much going on that needs to be changed, and the government is just, it's not what it should be. They don't, J. Cole kind of puts it that he talks about egos. There's a line that references egos, and I think it's different than the White House conversation. But that is very fitting because a lot of people have egos, a lot of people have different views, and so it's hard for a government to actually work. And I love that J. Cole is just passionate. Like, recalling this conversation was good because it allows him to kind of revisit it in his mind and add his own thoughts to it. When you're in the moment, sometimes you might not be thinking of something, so I'm glad he was able to make High for Hours. Aside from the conversation, there was two passages on this song that stood out to me that I wanted to recite for you guys. He says, "Religion don't mean shit. There's too much ego in the way." There's the ego line. "That's why ISIS is a crisis, but in reality this country do the same shit. Take a life and call it righteous." That is some serious food for thought right there. The other line is equally as deep. He says, "The children in abusive households grow up knocking girlfriends out cold. That's called a cycle. Abuse becomes the abuser, and that's how life go. So understand, look at the power, but you know what power does to man. Corruption always leads us to the same shit again. So when you talk about revolution, I hear just what you're saying." That right there is just, it's a great line. Those last two lines were great. Just talking about how you want a revolution, but, corruption, it's like an endless circle. You have a revolution, and then eventually corruption sinks in. It's just a continuous cycle. With Trump heading into office, J. Cole really offers a lot of food for thought on this one. He talks about all that's going on. He doesn't really reference like Trump in particular or say like what's going to happen in the future, what he anticipates happening, or offering motivational words towards the future. It's more looking at the present and looking at the past. And in that you can also find a bit of like the future. So it's just a well-rounded record. It is probably better than anything on For Your Eyes Only. Maybe the last track. The last track on For Your Eyes Only was very emotional. But lyrically, this is one of the best J. Cole songs I've heard in a long time. He wasn't just throwing around ideas and thoughts. No, J. Cole really just put together a great song. And so that's what you get with High for Hours. I'll include a link so you can listen to the song in the description section if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at SermonsDomain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, peace.